We got shocking and informative videos for y'all today. It's gonna be a good one. Sit back, relax, smash that like button, and let's get right into it, y'all.
The reason why they want you to get a real ID is because they are trying to tell you that the old you no longer exists. When 2020 took place, the old world died and we gave birth to a new world. If you want to check for a real ID, they tell you have to look for the star. When you flip a star upside down, you get the Baphomet. But I'm gonna come back to this. Why do you think they put the world in quarantine? That's because the old world died and they gave birth to the new world. Right now, we are living in a new world that's going to be controlled by artificial intelligence. Be your real ID self. So our old ID was fake, real, fake. If this is real, then we must have been fake the whole time. They want you to identify with a piece of paper. The real reason behind us identifying with a piece of paper or a plastic is because it's connected to the straw man. The straw man is not real. You are not the straw man. You are your spirit. A lot of people gave up their spirit and they became the straw man. The straw man is just a piece of paper, contract, signatures, letters, and numbers. This reality is fake, but if you believe it to be real, guess what? It becomes a real reality, or I should say real ID. You are not your ID or it. You are a spiritual being. The world did not go on quarantine. Our spirits went in quarantine. They put us in a box. They reshape, remodel, redesign this whole reality. That's what they mean when they say it's chosen people against NPCs. The NPCs is really the straw man. So many people can't crack these codes because they don't understand the language. The language is the matrix. The language is the curses and the spells. The old you went bye-bye and the new you is being born. Stop hiring humans. The era of AI employees is here. This is all connected to the real ID. The real ID is set up so these people can identify you as a real person or artificial intelligence. This is the new real ID. It's not you. Remember, they turned our star upside down. The star represents head, arm, leg. We were supposed to be pointing up, but now it's leg, arm, head. Our head is going down. The 9 or the 6. 9 spirals up, 6 spirals down. Same reason why people in Hollywood get their walk of star or walk of shame. We are the fallen stars. And since we can't identify with our spiritual self, artificial intelligence will take over. The old you no longer exists. The fake you no longer exists. The real ID is being birthed. This is total control over everyone. There's so many people walking around like this, they just can't get their head out of the box, or they can't think outside the box. If you want
random crazy facts you probably didn't know. Part 2. Let's keep running it. When men get hung, they get something called a death erection. Insane. Your memories change over time. Every time you remember a memory, it changes the memory. Insane. There's a condition where you could truly believe that you are unalive or don't exist. Insane. Oh, and a lot of people with that condition starve themselves and end up being unalive. Crazy. If you get a blood transfusion with the wrong type of blood, you will experience a symptom called impending doom. Basically, that's a feeling that something bad is going to happen, such as unalive. Crocodiles can gallop like a horse. Insane. Ducks can become cannibals due to being bored. Insane. There's a fish out there that enters the mouth of a fish, eat the fish tongue, and become the fish tongue. Insane. Your immune system could get rid of your bones at any given moment. Insane. Bring your tail back for part 3 because it gets more insane. Random crazy facts you probably didn't know. Random crazy facts you probably didn't know. Part 1.
That last one scared me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Like, what? To me, my immune system getting rid of my bones at any. Oh no.
Get into it. A pair of balls can be ripped open as easily as a bag of chips. Crazy. Due to humans' artificial selection and breeding dogs are evolving eyebrows. Insane. A sloth's claws aren't actually their claws. They're just their bones bulging out of their body. Insane. If you were going insane, you probably would never know. A blue whale's veins are so big that you could swim in it. That's how big their veins are. Insane. If you were to get skinned alive, you would pass from hypothermia, not blood loss. Insane. A box jellyfish has multiple eyes, no brain, but yet the eyes can see an image. Crazy. Crows are so petty that they will remember your face and hold a grudge against you if you ever do them wrong. And they will mess with you, yeah. One of the most common places to find an unalive body is on the toilet. Insane. Come back for part 2, because it gets more.
On the toilet? On the toilet? Why the toilet though? That's crazy.
Random crazy facts you probably didn't know. Part 3. Let's keep running it. There's a fish out there that gives you a 3-hour boner before you're unalive if it bites you. Insane. Oh, and it's painful. It's not pleasurable. Insane. Crows can learn how to talk. Insane. An ostrich's brain is smaller than its eye. Insane. Some snails can be both male and female before mating. Insane. CNN has a pre-recorded broadcast from the 90s which they will play if the world ends. Insane. Schizophrenics who are deaf will hallucinate hand sign language being thrown at them. Insane. Tarantulas can swim. Insane. Roaches have been known to eat human flesh, alive and unalive. Insane. There's something called locked-in syndrome, which means everything goes paralyzed, including your eyes. Insane. Come back for part 4, because this gets more insane.
Super insane. That's great. Did y'all hear the cockroaches eat humans? Yo, that's nasty. They eat anything. So she said crows can talk. She wasn't lying. And I feel like everything she was talking about, she wasn't lying.
Bad cough. Oh, that's awful. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How are you, buddy? How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, what's up? What's up with you? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, you tell me what's up?
What's up? What's up?
Well, it's pretty cold outside, right? I know, right? It's cold out. I know. I know.
I know, right? I know.
Do you have a bad cough? Do you have a bad cough from being so cold? Oh dear, I have a cough. Do you have a cough? Do you have a bad cough? Oh, that's awful. Well, we better go then. Go rest. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Did y'all hear that cough? So is crows like parrots, basically? They said this is not a crow, this is a raven. I don't know, but that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Just seeing this bird, that is crazy, bro.
You want donuts? Donuts?
No. My God.
Oh my god! Where's Walter?
No.
You don't know?
No.
Oh
No.
no! Say Walter! Walter! Where's Walter?
Okay.
I want a donut.
Okay.
You want donuts?
That's crazy.
He's gonna come sit by his.
That's crazy.
Try to pet him.
No, that motherfucker got the big ass dick on him.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
He's gonna come sit by his.
So when was anyone gonna tell me that crows can talk? Crows and ravens. Like, I'm stressed out. I'm literally stressed out because I don't like crows. They freak me out. I don't like when they go in those packs that are literally called murder. Like, a pack of crows is called a murder, I'm pretty sure. So now I'm finding out that these crows can not only talk, but they can mimic you, mimic your voice, mimic your breath. Hold on.
Mischief, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good bird. does all sorts of voices. He said, hi, hi, good job. And sometimes he hears people who have a cold.
Nah, absolutely not. This is especially creepy because of the fact that crows do not forget. Like, if you mess with one, they will hold a grudge. And not only will they hold a grudge, they will pass it on for generations. You could your granddaddy could have kicked a crow or threw a rock at him in like 1954. And to this day, they will remember his face. Did you guys see the video of that huge bunch of crows that were like pecking the eyes out of that lady and going after her and trying to literally unalive her? I mean, she probably did something to them, but that doesn't make it any less scary. And I have a theory. Y'all know on my other channel, I got into the Appalachian Mountains. And we got into mimics. We got into, what are those called? Skinwalkers, the knot deer, all those things. If you guys want me to talk about that on this channel, let me know. I got you. But what if, not saying all of them, but what if in the darkness, it's actually crows that are mimicking people and they don't even know? Because they can, like I said, they can mimic your tone of voice. They can mimic your breath. They can, like, more than what I've seen a parrot can do. So imagine, like, it's literally just crows and nobody knows. We're over here thinking it's like this supernatural thing when it's literally crows. I mean, that's just a theory. It can't be everything. I definitely think that there's something going on in those woods, like something supernatural, something sinister. But y'all can't lie that the crows might just be messing with us. Anyway, y'all, as always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below the next topic we should get into. So what?
Someone said, what's scary is they see and know more than we know. For real. Crows talk much clearer than parrots. I agree. As I'm seeing, it sounds like they talk way more clear.
How are you doing this morning?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you saying what's up? Can you say what's
up? What's up?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
All right. It's a beautiful day, right?
I know, right? I know.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
How are you? How are you? What's up? What's up?
Oh, okay. Nothing's up. I wasn't going to put that on your head.
Mischief, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good bird. He does all sorts of voices. He said, hi, hi, good job. And sometimes he hears people who have a cold. Good job, Mischief. Mischief, can you say
I have a crow that comes and tells me it's ready for me to give it some food, at least twice a day. When it lands on the roof, I can hear the tap on the roof. And I look up and the crow is there. Then I go, this is small dog food. Crows are very, very smart. People have no idea. They will memorize your face. They recognize you. They've done experiments with a crow. They tested it and made the crow go through 8 individual steps to get the food that it wants. And the people who study birds have never seen anything like it. They could not believe that a crow made a tool. It had to go 8 distinct steps to get this piece of food, and it figured things out. When they photographed that, they said they had never seen anything. They couldn't believe it until they saw it.
If a monkey were to make its own stool, it would probably have a bombshell effect on the scientific community and mankind. Why this analogy? Let's start from the top. What else do New Caledonian crows do that makes them the smartest? They know how to use self-made tools. And they're so good at it that sometimes even experienced researchers are stunned. In 2002, behavioral scientists from Oxford University observed the behavior of a New Caledonian crow named Betty. This cult video shows its astounding achievement. In the experiment, a small bucket of food was placed inside a tube. The crow couldn't reach the bucket because of the length of the tube. Then it took a short coil of wire and, after several vain attempts to hook the bucket with it, guessed to bend the wire to form a hook, and then easily pulled out the bucket. Moreover, the crow repeated this behavior in 9 out of 10 subsequent trials. Betty truly surprised everyone with this. She was called a unique and amazingly smart bird. But that was all just a walk in the park. The experiment was again made much more complicated. The bird had to solve an even more difficult task. First, use a short stick to get the longer one, and then reach the treat using it. Betty coped with this task easily too. Later on, many similar experiments with New Caledonian crows were conducted. Scientists increased the complexity of the experiments and were always amazed by the bird's ingenuity. And some of the experiments have shocked researchers.
Alright, let's go charge the Cybertruck. Grab the charger right here, and you gotta tap, 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 until the charger port opens. Tap, tap, door, open, open, open. There we go. Let's see how fast we're charging right now. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Right now in San Leandro, the rate is 61 cents per kilowatt hour. So that means it's going to take me 121 times 61. That is $73 for a full tank. That's going to give me a range of 296 miles.
Boom! 405 miles.
I think it's pretty good because you're driving the future, aka the Cybertruck.
How is this the future? It took me 1:52 to fill up my tank. It was cheaper to fill up my tank, and I can go farther. I don't fucking get
it. Right? That's funny.
So more importantly than what these structures were, though I think this one was a Stargate, how were they able to carve these magnificent pieces of art right into the side of solid rock? Do you really think these were done with just simple hammer and chisel? With such laser-like precision? And same with the beautiful sculptures from the old world. Made with such exquisite detail, you would swear they were once alive. And I believe perhaps the answer to what was behind some of these, we can look to another reintroduced piece of technology from the modern day. This is a laser carver, and perhaps something very similar to what was used in the past, but on a much larger scale than what you see here. Perhaps with tools like this, we too can hope to recreate some of those beautiful works of art and some of that beautiful precision architecture. Let me know what you think.
Oh, you're gonna love this one, the shampoo conspiracy. Something that you use every day, but do you know who's really behind it and what it's really doing to you? Disclaimer, the ideas presented here are not theories. They're all verifiable facts. So you go over to your local grocery store to do some shopping and you realize you haven't washed your hair in over a month. It's time to clean up. You head to the shampoo aisle and you're met with dozens, maybe even over 100 different options to choose from. Quite the variety, right? Surely you can find a brand that's right for you? Well, my friend, what if I told you that 90% of these shampoos are all owned by the same 3 to 4 mega corporations, all of which have one common top shareholder. This is the shadow shampoo oligopoly, and they're all kind of working against you together. So here are the top 20 or so most popular shampoo brands in America, and they're all owned, or at least partially owned, by these 4 mega corporations. But there's nothing really wrong with that. I mean, these companies are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, so they definitely must put the customer first, right? Oh, my starry-eyed little friend, let me introduce you to a very simple business practice called going public. So when you start a company, you begin as what we call a small business, a little family-owned mom-and-pop shop that brings some sort of product or service into the world. As you grow, you hire more people, make more money, and produce more incredible products or services to your customers. Now, I'm gonna dumb this down a lot, as there's so much more that goes into this, but I won't bore you with the details. This ain't a business course. But to keep it very simple, eventually most companies who want to make it big hit a wall, where they're not able to grow more because they lack the money required to invest in that next big thing for their business. Whether it be more employees, more inventory, new equipment, bigger advertising budgets, etc. So they take out loans, look for sponsors, investors, and venture capitalists to get that money. But sometimes even that's not enough. So in order to get a lot of money really fast, they go public through an IPO, an initial public offering, which basically means their company is now going to be traded on the stock market. Now, being on the stock market means you no longer fully own your own business anymore. You're trading small percentage ownerships in your business called shares to the public in exchange for cash. If that company proceeds to grow and make more money, the value of its shares go up, and the people who bought them make a profit, either through dividends or selling the shares. Now, both people and other companies can invest in publicly traded businesses by buying their shares on the stock market and are called the shareholders. So you gotta realize these companies that go public sort of now have two different categories of customers they have to serve. They have the consumers who actually buy their products or services, and now they also have the shareholders who have sort of become customers of the company as well. You following me so far? Now here is where it gets interesting. The regular Joe Schmo shareholders like you and I don't really make much of an impact from our couple $1,000 or whatever that we invest in these companies. What happens is giant investment conglomerates invest hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars into these companies. Investment firms like BlackRock and Vanguard, who sort of become these super mega customers of the companies they invest in. And these companies must now do something called please the shareholder, or else these giant investment firms pull their funding these companies now rely on and put them out of business. Pleasing the shareholder usually means the company now has to get their consumers, that other group of customers they have that actually buy their products, to buy their products or services as often as possible, so they can increase how much their company is worth, known as market cap, by whatever means it takes. Sometimes even to the ultimate detriment of the consumer, so the shareholders stay happy and keep their money in the company. Stock Market 101 for dummies. So we went a little bit off the rails just now. Let's dial it back. Oh yes, the shampoo cabal, the four megacorps that basically own almost every shampoo product ever, all of which are of course publicly traded companies on the stock market. Let's see who the top shareholders of these companies are, shall we? Procter & Gamble. Oh, look at that. Vanguard. Unilever. Yup, that's Vanguard. And Johnson & Johnson. Well, what do you know? Vanguard. Meaning these companies' top customer isn't the person using their shampoo, but rather $1 trillion investment conglomerate who by definition is literally only concerned with profit. L'Oreal is actually pretty well balanced and are still technically majority family owned by, of course, a $1 billion family, the Betancourts. But you can see their top shareholders are also big investment firms, and oh look, there's Vanguard again. Now, we're not done yet, because pretty much all of these companies have all been involved in major lawsuits due to their shampoos making people's hair fall out, drying out their skin, damaging their hair, and many other reasons. Class action lawsuits that they've resolved through settlements, meaning they basically admitted, yeah, our bad, our shampoo might have done that, so here's some money. But wait just a minute, if their shampoo makes people's hair fall out, doesn't that mean they're gonna stop buying shampoo because they're not gonna have any hair to wash anymore? Well, these same companies also make all the products that allegedly make your hair grow back, hydrates dry scalps, and fixes damaged hair. Nioxin, Procter & Gamble, Rogaine, Johnson & Johnson, you get the drill. Products that are inherently more expensive due to their medical properties and that the consumer will have to buy more often to benefit from its effects. Welcome to pleasing the shareholder. Now, I'm not saying that every publicly traded company is this evil mega corporation that feeds on your soul, but I can tell you, if any of these companies ever have the option between getting a consumer to buy something once in a while versus forcing a consumer to buy a much more expensive product all the f***ing time, you can bet they're choosing that one. And just apply this logic to what happened in 2020 and 2021 and you'll start to notice something. Okay, I'm gonna stop now before I get in trouble. But huge shout out to this legend, Ian Carroll, for bringing this to light. He's the one I learned this from, so definitely him if you want to learn more. At the end of the day, remember to shop local and support small businesses, because those are the ones that really do have your back.
For real. There's so many Instagram pages out there that you can, like, you know, get like herbs and you know, healthy soaps and stuff like that. I don't know what device this is, but this is actually pretty cool. Check this out, y'all. So, why does it look so satisfying?
It's not magic, this is a real science experiment. Draw a circle with garlic on the bottom of the pan. The eggs will be round. Touch the garlic with your hand. You can easily lift the spring. This is the disulfide bond. You put a ruler in the dark and flick it. It moves up and down quickly. If you put it in the bright light and fluctuate it, it becomes a wavy motion. That's the magic jelly effect. A ruler can be easily knocked down. Putting a piece of paper on top of a ruler can't be knocked down. That's the power of atmospheric pressure. This hole won't fit through a disc. When you fold it up, it'll go right through. It's a visual illusion. Roll the paper into a cylinder and put it over the mouth of the glass. Ignite the top. You'll see the smoke coming down, like a white waterfall. Cut the lemon in half. Dip a cotton swab in the lemon juice. Write a secret on a piece of white paper, and when it's heated, it slowly appears. This is the secret of the wordless book. Take out the frozen grapes. Put them in ice water. The water condenses around the grapes. You have the power to turn water into ice. Tear off the rubbing paper from a matchbook. It burns and leaves a brown grease stain. Apply it to your fingers. Friction produces white smoke. This is the secret of the magician's smoke. Insert 2 pencils into a glass of salt water. Put in a battery. You will see hydrogen and oxygen gases decomposing. Put 2 bottle caps on a round magnet. Put another plastic plate. Spin the gyroscope. Remove the base plate. The gyroscope hangs in the air. This is magnetic levitation. Add baking soda to the cup, and a glass of white vinegar creates a mysterious gas, and this invisible gas can extinguish a burning candle. That's how fire extinguishers work.
That's dope. Pretty cool clips.
By now, you have most likely heard that the Michigan Department of Natural Resources is planning to clear cut 420 acres of Michigan state forest to make way for utility scale solar fields. What you may not be aware of is the fact that the Michigan DNR has further plans to convert 4,000 acres of state land into industrial energy fields. This is part of a larger plan by the Michigan Public Service Commission to develop an additional 209,000 acres of Michigan land into utility scale energy fields, specifically solar. This goal, this initiative is coming from the governor's MI Healthy Climate Plan that was passed into law in November of 23. And what you have to understand about these solar projects that are happening in Michigan, and as I understand it in other states, Ohio, Illinois, your breadbasket states, these solar fields are not the utopian fields of sheep grazing on them and bees buzzing that progressives are being sold. They are dumping tons of gravel onto farmland and habitat so that it can never be used again. They are not stabilizing the soil so that it is creating non-point source pollution, which is polluting local watersheds. These are being done with wild irresponsibility and with no environmental impact studies or due diligence whatsoever. And there is a lot of cash changing hands here. This is the lie of green energy. Oh, and we haven't even talked about the supply chain. Even if this is part of the United States' larger plan to convert 32 million acres of U.S. land into solar fields. And again, these are the same kinds of developments that we can expect. Just to be clear, the minerals that are required in these solar panels are extreme. They require extremely carbon-intensive mining, and the carbon footprint of the minerals mining for the supply chain of these solar panels is not being tallied. It's simply not being calculated in these net zero calculations, which doesn't make it very net zero at all. So what I am imploring progressives to understand is that the reality of the implementation of this alleged green energy is a lie. And the only thing green about it is the money changing hands. There are solutions to these problems. There are solutions to global climate, global pollution, food security. Soil restoration is key to all of this. There are solutions. This Green New Deal is not it. And we really, really need folks, especially here in Michigan, to wake up and to realize this before one of the world's last green paradises is gone.
So do y'all remember when they was talking about how Joe Biden might not be real, or there's certain people that's like in these higher powers is probably wearing a mask or something. But this video right here is gonna explain it, I guess. Let's check it out.
BrainBridge begins reconnecting the spinal cord, esophagus, trachea, nerves, blood vessels, and other tissues. This step facilitates communication between the brain and the new body. The machine utilizes microsurgery techniques and delicate microscopic adjustments to ensure the proper alignment and fusion of the spinal cord and other tissues. To help reconnect the severed neurons, BrainBridge uses a...
Y'all see that? That look like a mask, don't it? There's no telling what these people are doing, you know. That's just
proprietary chemical adhesive, polyethylene glycol, which is applied locally to the spine at the point of fusion. Once the spinal cord is connected, a specialized implant is placed in the epidural space behind the spine over the point of fusion. This implant promotes the repair of damaged neurons and allows the patient's brain to form neural connections with the new body and ensures that the sensory system is restored. It also functions as a temporary backup control device for the donor body. The next step of the operation is a face and scalp transplant where all the muscles, soft tissues, and skin are removed from the recipient's face. The donor's face, muscles, and soft tissues are then precisely transplanted in their place. By transplanting younger donor tissues, the procedure reduces the probability of tissue rejection and offers potential for aesthetic enhancement, particularly in cases where the donor is significantly younger than the recipient. It also restores functionality and structural integrity to the recipient's face and rejuvenates its appearance. BrainBridge then carefully sutures the skin to conceal the complex rewiring beneath the surface. The skin is then treated with a special spray that contains growth factors, anti-fibrotics, and antibiotics. This spray promotes faster skin healing, prevents infections, and reduces scarring in the sutured area. Finally, immunosuppressive drugs are administered to prevent the recipient's immune system from rejecting the donor body. After the surgery, the recipient is carefully monitored in an intensive care unit and is kept in a coma for up to 4 weeks to prevent movement or misalignment of the connected body parts. During this time, the head, neck, and spine are firmly stabilized to optimize the fusion of the spinal cord. Life support systems are utilized to regulate breathing and circulation, while nutrition is delivered through a jejunostomy feeding tube. Gradually, the recipient's brain should regain control over the new body. As the recovery process advances and the patient regains mobility, there will be a need for extensive rehabilitation, physical therapy, and psychological support to help the recipient adapt to their new body and regain motor functions. BrainBridge Headband, which is equipped with a brain-computer interface, will allow the patient to communicate their needs during recovery. Thanks to the power of thought, the headband decodes brainwaves and turns them into text or speech. It could allow the patient to control other devices directly from their brain, granting them the autonomy to execute specific tasks independently throughout their recovery journey. Because of the complexity and unexpected challenges of the head transplant procedure, self-learning algorithms allow BrainBridge to avoid errors and adapt surgical plans in real time.
BrainBridge. BrainBridge is freaking out the internet. Are you rich enough to live forever to skip through time? Well, now you can. It looks like futurists are catching up to reality. People have been noticing these spooky videos of Biden and company wearing masks. Are they reptilians? Are they clones? Is something else going on? Are we in the Matrix? Ladies and gentlemen, just about anything is becoming possible with technology these days. And obviously the technology of the elites is far more advanced than the technology that we can buy online.
And they won't give it to the public. They will not. I'm pretty sure they got so much technology that they're using that is not released to the public.
They're hoarding all of this technology to become a breakaway civilization and to basically enslave us. And we're starting to see that with the digital IDs and the digital currency the mark of the beast everywhere. People have been noticing these masks. The question is, what's going on with the neckline? You'll notice now that many of them are trying to protect their neckline. Maybe it's because they're sensitive about their age, but perhaps there's something else going on. It might not just be sagging. Everybody remembers when Hillary dropped dead on 9/11, 2016 during the elections, and she just came back. It was highly suspected that she emerged from a clone clinic. And there are many celebrity clones. We've done quite a few videos on this. Celebrity clones, Robot Biden, and the like. Who are these people that are poisoning the food, the air, the water, spraying us like bugs, telling us we're going to eat bugs? Well, it's going to bother you because you're human.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past.
What does Zuckerbot mean by that when he was human?
Call him Zuckerbot. Zuckerbot. Yo, I feel like, honestly, I feel like most of these people is just not even real. They're just programs, you know?
Well, it looks like we're going to find out as we see more and more NPCs around us, as they basically assimilate people like the Borg with nanotech and the like. How bad is the situation really out there? Well, look no further than the terraforming that's happening on the planet. They're not just spraying us like bugs. They're terraforming the planet. There's something alien or cybernetic going on, and there's no ignoring the red flags. Now, you've heard about this new tasty synthetic beef that's coming.
Okay. Like, I get it, like conspiracies, but it's just like, how do they even be coming up with even creating these devices, you know? It has to be coming from somewhere else, man. For real. Whoever is like doing this, like it's like it seemed like some alien, like it's just coming from somewhere else. It's just, yeah, like the technology they be using, it's like it's coming from another, how do I say it, like another planet or something.
Coming out that's currently out there in some stores. Look at how they're printing this food with bioprinters. And if you pay attention, they're using stem cells to generate real cells, synthetic cells, to print them in a way that basically makes flesh. Now, if you scale up this idea, you'll be able to print people before you know it, adults. Of course, yes, you can incubate the new clones in these matrix-like pods. But if you need a quick replacement for somebody like Hillary or somebody like Biden, you need to 3D print that new body. And of course, with cybernetics, the fusion of man with machine, they can drop a hard drive in there with some kind of advanced Gemini or Google AI. So what's really happening on planet Earth? Well, engineers from the big...
That's, her neck look crazy. That's not normal. How old is Kamala? How old is her? Kamala. That looks strange. She's 60 years old, so it shouldn't be looking that bad though. Like I'll give you like 80. It should be looking that crazy, but 60? I don't know. There's something right about this, y'all.
Tech companies are sounding the alarms. They're saying the Skynet is self-aware. The Skynet has escaped the lab. And undoubtedly, some of these people are releasing Skynets, plugging them in everywhere. It's only a matter of time before Skynet reaches out and touches someone with nanotechnology and assimilates them, has fingers in the real world, starts building empires with technology never seen before, introducing brain chips. Does this sound like anything we're seeing out there? It sounds like Elon. Nobody's seen this technology before. The SpaceX, the Tesla, and the like. You look at other driverless cars, they've got these huge contraptions mounted on the roof, but not the Tesla. Nobody's going to space like Tesla. Here comes the robots like Tesla. Here comes the brain chips like Tesla. Where is all of this technology coming from? It looks human, but behind the scenes, beneath the surface, underneath the mask, what we're looking at is something completely different than human. The question is, how long has this been going on? And what's the end game?
Right.
The end game goes way beyond what you can imagine. It's starting with the transgenics, GMOs. It's starting with the transitions, the transvestites. But the real aim here is transhumanism.
Ask yourself, why do athletes and people that do music get paid so much money? What if I told you it's really dealing with magic and hypnosis? Music and sports work kind of like cell phones. You ever go outside in public and see a bunch of people looking at their cell phones like this? They don't blink, no reaction, no emotion. They just look like this. The entertainment business is nothing but witchcraft and dark magic. I'm not saying all magic is bad, but if they gonna use it to hurt you, then it's kind of bad. Music is like a time machine. It could take you in the past or it could take you in the future. If you listen to a certain song, it could take you back to some of your trauma. It could take you to your happy days. Seem like music have a hook on your mind. The favorite part of the song is the hook. Did we get hooked? Are we bait? You know how they put bait on a fishing rod and throw it in the ocean and the fish think he about to get something to eat, but not really? Same thing with us. Magic and hypnosis is kind of the same thing. I remember when people started to wake up and they said, maybe television is hypnotizing us. Maybe TV is lying to us. They call it television because it tells lies to our vision. Remember, so many people was waking up to this, and then out of nowhere, everyone have cell phones. It's not that everyone has cell phones, it's that you cannot live without your cell phone. Everything you do in life, you need your cell phone. Two-way security. Why do we need a two-way security? That's because they want you to always have a cell phone. They want to call you or they want to send you a text. Why can't y'all just email us? Nah, we want to send you a text to make sure your energy is attached to your phone number. Everything in this matrix is dealing with magic. If you are not strong enough, you can be hypnotized. 90% of the world is hypnotized because they think magic is about pulling a rabbit out of a hat. No, they think hypnosis is this. Follow it, follow it. It's much deeper than that. So anytime you find yourself going down memory lane when you hear an old song, just know that that song is making you time travel to the past. It's dealing with your emotions. Ever ask yourself, why do athletes...
That is interesting how, like, certain music can actually make you, think about, like, something that happened in your life or just make you sad. Or think about the time you went through when you was listening to that song or that, whatever it is.
Y'all ever come to the realization that
Everything in life comes to an end anyway, and nothing really matters. Like in 240-some years, nobody's gonna remember me, nobody's gonna remember you, no one's gonna remember your pet dog, nobody's gonna remember your old grandpa. I mean, unless you invent something or become the president, then maybe you'll get remembered in 240-something years. But even when you think about it, even presidents 200 years ago, nobody even talks about their. So at the end of the day, nothing really matters. Y'all ever come?
That's so true. You said toddlers watching YouTube on your phone. They will decline that call. I'm not gonna lie. They got their Capri Sun, they got their fruit snacks, chips, and they playing their game on on your phone. You get a phone call, it's over with. They swipe up, get that out of there.
Things you should never put in your kid's lunchbox part 2. Hey, I asked for 100 comments on the first one. Y'all gave me 900 of them to read. So let's get it. Number 1, them dumbass little Debbie cakes. These are just ultra-processed bakery snacks, full of preservatives that ain't no good for the human body. And none of them taste the same no more because they was laced up with addictive chemicals that we couldn't perceive, that tricked our brain into releasing happy hormones whenever we eat this so we think it's good. Number 2, 12-inch bananas. No banana should be the size of a cucumber. If you go to the jungle and find a banana tree, that shit ain't gonna be no bigger than your hand. Most bananas are cloned from a GMO tree, and they juice that tree up with different things to make sure that the bananas get bigger. Because they don't sell by the banana, they sell by the pound. Number 3, ketchup. This one specifically. You see how much sugar is in ketchup? You would think tomatoes would be the number 1 ingredient in ketchup. No, it's sugar. Number 4, Gatorade. You see this list of stuff? These are just a whole bunch of preservatives, additives, and addictive chemicals to keep you coming back and buying it. This shit ain't giving you no energy, no electrolytes, none of that. It's taking more energy from your body just by drinking it. All these damn ingredients gonna give your body that work. If you want to learn more about what you should not be giving your children, I have a book right here that breaks down everything you need to avoid. DM me so you can get my collection.
It's crazy. Gatorade is crazy.
What I'm about to say, I'm going to have to be very careful. All the lights cut off in Times Square. These faces started popping up in the middle of Times Square. Everywhere. 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 Now, I'm surprised what I'm about to say. No other conscious or woke creator has. Please understand this is a multi-layered, multi-faceted message. They're telling you who built this country. And if you notice on the faces, tell me they don't look like they are metaverse genre animated quality. Not only has this culture of people are the reason for the majority of our entertainment, our music, our culture, they're also the indigenous people, but that's a different conversation, and I'm not here for that. But why do they look animated? Clay. Like a digital avatar. I guarantee you, the first people targeted for this transhumanism objective, they're telling you, no, you think I'm lying? You don't think that has nothing to do with this? You know, they have a way of telling you the truth without telling you the truth. Some call it karmic retribution. I call it people are too fucking dumb to see what's right in their face. And that's why the people like me get banned, and that's why people like me go under the scrutiny that we go to. But they're getting the public ready. They really are. By slow MKing you. Why would you put all these faces, faces, and cut off the lights? What does this demonstration mean? And don't give me an egotistical answer that, oh, this race is the best, or oh, this. It's not about that. They're telling you who the major target is in the world, new world to come with the new gods. But hey, This is speculation. This is conspiracy. I have nothing to back up my claim, except for I understand where we're going. But how can you understand where we're going when you don't know where you're from? Peace to God. What I'm about to
I need somebody in the spiritual community, somebody who's like a spiritual consultant, know a lot about angel numbers to tell me why am I seeing 999 like everywhere. And then I saw 333 and look on my receipt. It says 555 555. I need somebody in the spiritual.
So I guess y'all not doing y'all homework. Y'all don't respect these spirit. That Annabelle doll is on a world tour. And every place she went to, some bad shit happened. She went to Louisiana. 11 people broke out of jail. Nottoway Plantation burnt down. And if you look at those photos from the fire, you can see spirits in them photos. She went to Virginia, and Virginia ain't been right since. Raining, floods, and then she just went to San Antonio, Texas. Do I need to tell y'all what happened there? A damn 18-wheeler randomly exploded on the highway, and they had some fires there too. And now, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
All right, Annabelle.
See, y'all think this shit is a game.
Where are you going next?
And the people with it is just playing with y'all. Look at this shit here. It's coming to Pennsylvania. That's where it's going. There is videos with people standing online to see this doll. Y'all don't respect this shit. You see the aftermath of every place she been. But oh no, it don't stop there. Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. And I don't even want to put my face by this bitch face. But look. Matter of fact, I had to move my face. I'm not with that shit. Look at the dates there. Look where it's going. Last stop, Louisville, Kentucky. Man, I'm going to end this off like this. You seen what happened? Y'all really better pay attention. This shit is real. And it could get real.
The real Annabelle doll is on tour and people are not going for it. Now let's talk about it. Now I'm sure we are all familiar with Annabelle from the Conjuring franchise, and yes, she is a real life doll, and in real life she is a Raggedy Ann doll, not a porcelain doll. She's been in Ed and Lorraine Warren's occult museum for years in this glass contained box that was specifically built to keep her in there forever. The box is literally prayed over every week. It is covered in scriptures, like they wanted this doll to be contained. But since Ed and Lorraine Warren aren't here with us anymore, they thought it would be fun to take her on a world tour to basically different haunted locations across the states. Even after Ed and Lorraine has stated several times to never move this doll. But one of her first stops was at this Virginia State Penitentiary that is known to be very haunted. And this was their first time bringing haunted artifacts in the Virginia State Penitentiary. It's already alleged to have a lot of paranormal activity going on. So you're just gonna bring more paranormal stuff to a paranormal place? I don't get it. Then she visited New Orleans. Now all this stuff going on. Some prisoners done broke out. The Nottoway Plantation done burnt down. I'm telling y'all, it's Annabelle. She doing it. And now they just recently slowly transported her to San Antonio, Texas. Some type of psychic festival. And this is like the farthest and like longest she's ever been. Like that she's traveled in over a decade. And I know some people are like, Ed and Lorraine used to travel with her. Yeah, they were expert demonologists. They would take her to some places just to show the importance of like, that this stuff is real. And to warn people of the dangers of the occult and paranormal world. But they just trying to make a quick buck because there's actually people going to visit this. Now when y'all go home and a bunch of weird stuff start happening, that's going to be y'all fault. But yeah, like they're taking her to like different haunted motels and stuff like that. And the people in the area are not happy. Like, did y'all not watch the movie? Like she could make things in the area go bad. And people don't want this near their neighborhood or in their city. Now it's said that the doll is handled by a man named Daniel Rivera. He wears gloves with crosses on them with saint medals in the fingertips. And it's said that he built a new case for her that is better suited for her to move around. So that means they had to take her out of the box that say positively do not open and put her in a new box. But child, Rivera said he added extra protective measures, including cutting out crosses on 3 sides, representing the Catholic Holy Trinity. Also using different holy waters and while praying at the same time. They think that's enough to contain the evil inside the box. But child, can't wait in a few days for the people that actually went and seen her to be talking about the crazy stuff that's going on in their house on TikTok because we told y'all so. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about it. Let me find out Annabelle is the reason all this crazy stuff is going on in Louisiana right now. This picture is literally frying me, y'all. Like, be for real. On a serious note, Annabelle can cause chaos and a lot of stuff around her to go wrong. She was just displayed in the French quarters at some type of special paranormal event that was open to the public, and the tickets was just literally sold out in minutes. The event was hosted by Ghost City Tours, and I believe they had to stay at least a feet away from her and all that good stuff. But have y'all not seen the movies or read up on the real life Annabelle case? I'm talking about people in the areas was going crazy. Like Annabelle was bringing out like the worst in people. People was getting sick. Like she's literally possessed by this demonic entity. And the demon's goal is always to possess a human's host. And it uses the doll as a tool to achieve that. So all these people coming in and out this room, I promise it's not good. I promise the God is not good. And y'all keep saying Ed and Lorraine used to bring them places. They were expert demonologists. And then somebody made a good point in my other video when I was talking about this. They don't know what Ed and Lorraine did differently, because they made a new box to put Annabelle in while they transport her on these different tours. They made a new box so it would be easy, accessible to move her around without damaging her and stuff. But like they said, like they don't know what special precautions or extra things that Ed and Lorraine used to do to basically contain this evil demon. They're literally finna unleash so much crazy stuff. And like I said, I would not be surprised if in a few weeks, all those people that went to go view this doll be experiencing some type of crazy stuff going on. And they can be crying on here to giving story times of the creepy stuff that's going on in their house. I get this stuff is interesting. If she wasn't such a psycho, I would enjoy, going to view her. But no, like, I'm not bringing this back into my home with my parents and where I reside. No. I can look at a picture of her and that would be enough. But this is so funny because, like, this plantation literally been here for hundreds of years. And as soon as Annabelle comes to town, I'm talking about as soon as she break wind, this ancient plantation just burn down. They say she helping us because she a ginger. But let me know what y'all think about this whole idea of having Annabelle on a world tour, because she is on world tour, baby. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me find out Annabelle is
I don't know. They could be using her for spells. That's interesting, though.
This Moonlight video is more.
So I guess y'all.
X's Moonlight video is more than a song. It's a message. X as the watcher. X doesn't interact. He watches, silent, calm, in a world full of noise. In spiritual teachings, the watcher is the awakened self. X walking through a crowd but never engaging equals a symbolic of someone disconnected from the illusion, like an owl, which symbolizes wisdom, mystery, and seeing what others don't. X is portraying the awakened soul watching the unconscious world. The crowd equals society asleep. Look at the people around him, all vibing, all happy, but unaware. It represents how society ignores the awakened ones. Everyone dancing and unaware equals the masses trapped in distraction, caught in loops. X stands apart equals the awakened soul walking in a dream world. The moon is a spiritual symbol. In astrology, the moon represents the soul, intuition, and inner world. So when X walks alone in the moonlight, he's talking about his higher self. The moonlight title connects to X's revolution. He's no longer fighting, he's becoming. In many ways, this video was X saying goodbye. All symbols that his energy never died. He's watching over us, waiting for us to wake up. X's moon.
It's almost like X just knew, like, his path, and he just knew that he probably wasn't gonna be here that long. It's just, you can feel it.
What if I told you this isn't about death, but a rebirth? XXXTentacion wasn't burying his body. He was burying his ego, his old self, the version of him built from pain, anger, violence. In this fight, he battles his past identity. The ones fans first met, the reckless, the wild, the loud. But to grow, he had to kill that version of himself. That voice talking to him, that's his higher self. That's his soul guiding him through the depth of his ego. He realized the cure wasn't more violence. It was love, compassion, healing, and forgiveness. This is what ego death looks like. You bury who you were to become who you're meant to be.
Master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out. You know what I mean? You're gonna lay in the bed you make. You're not gonna get away with nothing in terms of the energy. You might beat the camera or the police, but the energy is always gonna return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity and that's the only energy you putting out, it's gonna return to you in a different form than you put it out in. Empowering people economically is how you really impact. But I don't know if it's about dropping a bag of money in the hood. I think it's about impacting culture in a way that the mentality changes. Think like you get people out of survival mode, they start thinking different. I did. My approach to life and people was different. I wasn't so angry. I didn't have my guard up. Master your energy. Do your
You do realize what the internet is, right? You do realize that every like you receive and every bit of appreciation you get is a form of dopamine. So it's a form of pleasure. That's why these girls go on the internet and they get naked. Am I rapping about drugs? Am I rapping about popping perks, taking Xans? I do that sometimes, but sometimes it's okay to let them have fun. Sometimes they need to have some fucking fun. Sometimes they don't want to think about the real shit. I'd rather you go to me for that than some other artists that really don't give a fuck about you. So that's why I have a selected variety of music.
This is not some scary shit. I don't know what's scarier.
Watch how I can turn the TV on and off from the remote with it unplugged.
This TV is unplugged. It powered off. Okay.
And now I'm about to turn it back on.
Yeah. There's fucking ghosts in here. This is not some scary shit.
Little do y'all know, I can fuck up everybody's Wi-Fi right now. Just off of one pool. I can fuck everything up if I want to. I can shut the city down. Little do y'all
know that your phone, an iPhone specifically, takes an infrared picture of you with your Face ID every 5-ish seconds. And we looked at it through an infrared camera and it's pretty wild. Let's show you. Okay, have your home screen.
It's on the home screen.
Not touching anything.
No buttons.
Okay, infrared lens on the camera. Boom, there was 1. 2. That's so wild. Okay, cover the camera. Oh, there's another one. Okay, nothing. Oh, it's trying. It's taking pictures of your finger. Okay, move your finger. Ready? Boom. Wild.
When you delete a picture on your iPhone, it might not be getting deleted after all. After updating to iOS 17.5, people started noticing that old pictures that they deleted years ago in like 2021 started resurfacing on their camera roll. Apple's always said after you delete a picture, it goes into your recently deleted, and after 30 days, it gets automatically permanently deleted. Or permanently. But with all these pictures resurfacing, it kind of raises the question, where do these deleted pictures actually go? I'm kind of scared. A picture's got to be really bad for me to like actually permanently delete it. If some of those came back, ooh. When you
This will be a surprise, but when you delete a file, it does.
Bro, am I tripping? Or is this that,
They was right. Evil people's hair do not grow. Like, for real. If you see somebody's hair who ain't grown in the past 3 years, they're evil. I'm so fucking serious. That shit would never pass their ear. He would never let the bitches flourish because y'all evil. That's why your hair not growing.
and I see
You really got to get out of that ego and understand, like, people don't fumble you, they set you free. Do you understand that? You understand that, right? Like, no one just does you wrong and then they just fucked up. You got set free. You're much closer to the love of your life and more money. You understand that? Like, you need to be excited. It's okay to cry for a little bit. And you're like, you know what? Damn, like, there's more coming? Like, better? Like, get excited about shit. You really gotta get out of that ego and
We all gonna die one day. That's so fucked up. It's like, damn. Like, I beat all these levels in life to just... We all gonna die one day.
Somebody said, at least you rich, bro. But that is crazy though. Like, you go through all these levels and then you obtain some type of wealth. So,
Oh, Lord, you okay?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my leg done locked up on me.
Oh my God, you been drinking enough water.
No.
You ain't been trying to exercise, have you? Lord have mercy, you need some salt.
You lift it up and stretch it out for me.
Might need to get you some. You got
Yeah.
some nice looking legs
I got
too
some.
now.
You like my legs?
Yeah, you got some nice looking
Yeah,
legs.
I-
Look,
Oh God! Now this one.
Oh my God.
Hold up! Wait! Let me get this. Let me get your cane.
Do you need some salt?
Let me get. What's salt gonna do?
Salt supposed to help with cramps.
Oh.
Do your legs do that all
It do it all the time. See, I had surgery, and they took my rotator cuff out, and they put it like right here in my hip, and it started to rotate, and my leg get to shaking.
Yep.
Your legs look too good to be shaking now.
You
Oh my
okay?
lordy.
You okay?
Do we need to call somebody for you?
I'm good. I'm gonna take this cane and I'm gonna go on by my business.
No, you can't. You can't have the
Okay,
cane.
have the cane? What your leg is? You gonna pray for it? Yes, fine. It's this one right here.
See,
Pray for
you
it.
done messed up now.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
look.
Yeah.
You done messed up now. That's
Yeah,
right. Heal it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, watch your hand. Don't get too close.
She rubbing on this. She'll be
Yeah,
good
she
now.
caressing it real good.
Okay.
All right, come on, stand up.
You got it. You got it, Miss Mary.
Yeah, I feel like I need to throw some dollars at you.
You got it, Miss Larry. Oh my God. Yo, he is hilarious, man.
Nope. I honestly already know I would never need this. But if I ever come up, if I ever hit a lotto, if I ever get my tax returns back, if people ever pay me the money that I let them borrow, this is it. These are one of those items you absolutely positively do not need. But if I can get my TV screen to come up from the ground, get out my business. I am going to invite every hater I've ever known. Yes, I'm going to invite that energy for this one-time moment to have a PowerPoint display of all the ways y'all tried me in life. Can you imagine going on a date and you telling your chick, hey, you want to go Netflix and chill? And she's like, I ain't even with nah, baby. You ain't never in your life Netflix and chill like this. Like, this how I want to be buried. I want this video shot in reverse. I want my casket to go in the ground like this. Don't just drop me 6 feet. I want to be lower and be able to rise out the casket. You know what I want? I want this on top of my casket. So instead of a tombstone, I want this TV display at my casket. Every time somebody walk by, it just raised from the dead like Dracula and spread open. I don't know how much this costs. Clearly, I can't afford it. I don't even have a backyard big enough to put this in. My backyard is the size of this TV screen. But the point I'm making is, there's well off, then there's rich, and then there's, can I put a TV in the back of my yard? But what about when it floods? I read the reports. They say this can have water on it. This can be dipped in salt water and so if you live in Florida, get you one of these. We got to collectively come together as a community to get ourselves this rich stuff. Again, I know there's really no need for this, but yes, I want one. I want 2 of them. I want one in the front and the back of my yard. The front one gonna say,
Top 3 energy drinks that has an open class action lawsuit and is known for destroying the liver, the heart, and the kidneys. Number 1 on the list is Prime, followed by Celsius and C4. Last but not least, your favorite Red Bull. These drinks are destroying you guys and you have no idea. But here are some ones that you couldn't do. Georgia, energy drink, natural caffeine, B12, B6, biotin, a green tea extract, no artificial flavors or preservatives. Nama, made with lion's mane for focus, 150 grams of green tea extract. This right here is ultimately one of my favorite. And last but not least, we also have a newest one. This one is Odyssey. Odyssey is made by a black-owned company with 150 grams of top 3 energy drinks that.
So they saying this is a crisis actor.
This is hate! These are fucking assholes!
But I don't know where my son is. No one can tell me where my son is.
You are a joke!
My son was in Las Vegas with a lot of his friends and he came home.
And I'm disgusted! I'm a professor! How dare you! How dare you fucking assholes protect neo-Nazis!
If he's been shot, if he's dead, no one knows. But they told me there are fatalities.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
He didn't come home last night, and I don't want prayers. I don't want thoughts. I want gun control, and I hope to God nobody else sends me any more prayers.
These are kids who are trying to learn about humanity! They're trying to learn about human rights and against racism and xenophobia and LGBTQ rights, and you're letting these fucking neo-Nazis near here! You should kick their ass!
but he was sitting right next to his boyfriend, and his boyfriend definitely was shot with multiple gunshots and taken in the ambulance.
You should be ashamed of yourselves! You should! Fuck that shit! Fuck that shit! It's not up to these students to kick the ass of a neo-Nazi!
I want gun control. No more guns.
They don't have to raise their fists! They were taught to be peaceful! Fuck you! Fuck you!
It's coming from a professor.
I'm a professor!
She's a professor. Hey guys, she's a professor.
And you're here to protect neo-Nazis! So fuck you! Fuck you, NYPD!
It's definitely a crisis actor, for sure.
You're working for something and your heart is not in it. This is called stress. You have to fill the cup for other people, for employers, for other people's dreams, instead of believing in your passion, in your dreams, and chasing after this passion. When you continue to take this stressful path, you give this to your children. You continue this generational trauma and you project stress onto everyone around you, including yourself. When you start to believe in yourself, you remind yourself that you want to express your passion, you overcome any of the limiting beliefs that it's not possible, and you make this dream your reality. This is exactly what your soul is dying for. You're working for something.
When dreads, they be taking their 2-strand twists out and then their hair be all curly. When dreads.
Person to ever fall out with and become enemies with somebody you was friends with or a family member. They know where you sleep, the door, the car you drive, when you leave, how you leave. They know your whole schedule. That's a dangerous motherfucking enemy to have. See what I'm saying? So, understand, you feel me? Understand that these spiritual forces, yeah, we be saying Satan. Nigga, that was your cosmic brother. So I think you gotta acknowledge that so that you can fully understand who the fuck you fighting against. You're not fighting against a motherfucker that don't know you. You're fighting against a motherfucker that know you very well. So it's always been that type of battle. He's very, ooh, he a little slick motherfucker. He is. Satan slick as hell. Zeus slick as hell. You know what I'm saying? He a coward too. That's why his whole minions is cowards. Because they wasn't cowards, we could have got it cracking a long time ago. They hide behind shit. The worst person ever. Once the radiation come out the ground from all the planets aligning, it's gonna be thick and green. And listen, y'all finna see the military. They gonna be shooting at this energy, y'all. But then you're gonna see the second sun in the sky. It ain't gonna be no. Listen, this is what I'm telling you. They're gonna try to shut the internet down because nigga, everybody gonna see the shit. All on the planet at the same time. It ain't gonna be no way they can hide it, nigga. And they're gonna keep coming. It's gonna be bigger and bigger and bigger solar flares coming, nigga. Each one is set to further raise our frequency. And once they hit that, remember, just like when we go out the sun, we feel better. We like, oh shit, it's a sunny day. You say you feel, you get charged. Imagine how you gonna feel when the solar flare hit you. Can't even explain it. From regular walking people to this superhuman ability which already been in you, it seems fake. Meanwhile, due to the law of the cosmos, they have to show it to you, free will, so they put this shit all in your face every day. You gotta do y'all shadow work on yourself and forgive yourself, because that's part of this radiation. This radiation gonna be so strong, y'all, that if you don't forgive yourself and you're not working on like that love frequency, it's gonna really be hard for you to breathe in that shit too. Even if you one of the guys and goddesses, you know why? Because you haven't been around this real radiation your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Your whole life, they had you eating meat just for this moment. The meat is going to make it hard for you to move through this new energy. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. The radiation.
The 12 laws of karma.
Number 1, the great law. Whatever we put into the universe will come back to us. Number 2, the law of creation. Life does not happen by itself. We have to make it happen. Life doesn't start until you do. The law of humility. One must accept something in order to change it. If you want to change your fucked up situation, first you got to accept that your situation is fucked up. The law of growth. When we change ourselves, our lives will follow suit and change too. This is because life is a mirror. You can't change the mirror, you can only change what's in it. The law of responsibility. We must take responsibility for what is in our lives. If you plant a seed, you have to water it so it can grow. The law of connection. The past, present, and future are all connected. The law of focus. We cannot think two different things at the same time. It's actually impossible to multitask. The law of giving and hospitality. Our behavior should match our thoughts and actions. Don't be superficial about who you are. Be yourself. Number 9, the law of here and now. We cannot be present if we are busy looking backwards. The law of change. History repeats itself until we learn from it and change our path. In order to move to the next level of life, you have to master the chapter that you're on right now. The law of patience and reward. The most valuable rewards require persistence. Plant them seeds, be diligent and patient. Number 12, the law of significance and inspiration. Rewards are a result of the energy and effort we put into it. Even yourself, you are a reflection of the work that you put into yourself. Follow for more. The 12 laws.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds real good. I don't understand why somebody would do that as opposed to... What's up?
They coming for y'all.
What?
Damn. Wasp and Moth, they done teamed up. They coming for y'all. Especially you.
Say what?
They said they got started with the weakest link. And we all know who that is.
Now that's wild that they going after Butterfly like that. That's wild.
I love you. But, I mean, come on.
I know you ain't talking about me.
Hey, man, I'm just telling you what they said.
Yeah, it's up now. I get what you're saying, but we can't just move without no plan. What you got in mind? I know somebody.
What y'all need me to do?
It sounds good. But then I had to tell her that green is for the money, but yellow is for the honeys. Come on, y'all dig what you dig what I'm saying. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Man, if you don't let that go.
I really appreciate that y'all let me hang with y'all. It means a lot.
Ah, you good, bro. You straight.
It's always good to get some new friends. Friends. How many of us have them? Come on now. Y'all know the classics.
Ah, excuse me, Butterfly. Can I holler at you real quick?
Just real quick, brother. We'll be back, fellas.
Yeah. What's up with your boy?
Again, man. What? He's plotting on eating me. That's what I believe. That's what I believe in my heart.
A lot of times we real quick to judge somebody before we really get to know him. Give him a chance. He cool.
You really trust him?
Now, from what I remember, last thing I said was that I didn't want to see him around here anymore. Isn't that right? Oh, now you got nothing to say. Now, I find it funny how they have so much to say when you're not around, but when you get up on them, quiet. I wonder why that is.
Now, where's he at? This was his idea. Man, he need to come on. Ain't nobody got time to be waiting on him. I got aphids to eat. Talking about we need to exercise our wings all the time. I work. I'm always flying. What you doing over there, Butterfly? It's a breathing exercise. You can talk all you want, but see, I'm on a different wavelength. I understand that you two haven't went through your transformation yet. I have. Hey man, you gotta spread them wings. I ain't mad at you. What's up, y'all? Well, it's about time. My bad. My bad. I love you, Fly, but you really disgust me. A little trash can on the way. I had to stop to see what they had. I got stuff to do. I got a garden I gotta be at. It's a woman getting a tattoo of me later on. Flybo. You gotta work out. It's my variation of Tybo. We're just gonna call it Flybo.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. You never know what trouble may be looking for you. He ain't wrong when he right. What you said, you got to stay ready. You never know what danger is lurking out there. You never know. And just take it from me. Because I'm going to float like a butterfly, but I'm going to sting like a bee. Y'all know me.
The life you want to live is on the other side of the shit you don't want to do. The habits you're still not implementing. The time you're procrastinating. All those times you say, tomorrow, I'll just start. All those times you say, you know what, one time it's not going to hurt. Yeah, the fuck it will. It's hurting you and your goals. It's hurting you and your habits and sticking to them. It's hurting your discipline. It's hurting the version of you that you're trying to become that you think is not possible because you are not making it possible. You got this. No, like literally, you actually got this. But you have to stick to it. And the time is now. Not tomorrow. Not 6 months from now. Not next year. It's right this second. As you're watching this video, turn it off. Do something productive for you and your goals. Baby, if you're not gonna do it, who the fuck is gonna do it for you? Who's gonna show up for you? And who's gonna get the work done for you but you? Let's go. You got this. Be intentional and be aggressive.
The job worked out of me. Nah, you know you working with your shoes. You take off your shoes and they smoking. Dang.
Mr. Beast debuts his new
Black people and white people, we smoke weed different. White folks take a hit, pass it on. My brother hold on to that shit till Tuesday. We got a different approach to designated driver rule. White folks will pick a designated driver. He don't drink. He's gonna make sure everybody gets home okay. Black people, designated driver is the motherfucker that owns the car. When we go to a hotel, white folks check out. Black folks leave. When we're in a restaurant, white folks pay the bill, leave a tip, go home. Black people gotta discuss the check. What's this gratuity? Nobody ordered gratuity. Fuck that. Black people and white people, we smoke weed.
Nah, the hotel one is true though. You just leave.
Will you buy this for $1 so I can get something to eat?
I got some chips. Sorry, I was playing.
Alright.
Hold on, wait. Let me see what I got.
Okay.
Let me see. What you trying to get, McDonald's?
Yeah. I have $4 on me. I just need one more.
I'll buy it for you because I don't got no cash on me. Meet me at the drive-thru.
Okay.
Come on.
Any money I have in
No, keep that. Tell them what you want.
Can I get a $5 meal?
To make chicken or make double?
Big double with just a plain burger with cheese on it.
And what sauce and what drink?
Barbecue sauce and Sprite, please.
Anything else?
No, thank
You by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You don't got nobody with you?
I took the bus to the library.
How old are you?
14.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll come back around with your food.
All right. You sure you don't want the chips?
No, I want the chips.
Okay.
I'm okay. You can eat your chips too. Take all your drink.
All right.
Well, you be safe out here. What's your name?
Jace.
Jace?
Yeah.
Where's your parents?
I went to the library by myself because they were having some event. The library's closing now.
So you live close?
Yeah.
All right, well, be safe. Get back home. Don't be asking strangers for food and money. You get snatched up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't call me yes, ma'am. I'm only 26.
What do you mean? You just being respectful, man. It says kids after you tell them you about to go to the store. This was funny to me. Nah, this was actually funny because I remember them days. Like they would find anything to put on just to go to the store with you. If you know, you know. Like going to the corner store, y'all. Hey, if you know, you know. I just had doing this,
bro. What the is my hat on, bro? Bro, it's not hanging on nothing. There's nothing right here.
How's it doing,
bro?
Somebody told me if your nigga try you in front of a group of people, you not supposed to say nothing back to him at the time. You supposed to wait till y'all get behind closed doors and check him about it. I feel like, bitch, wherever I feel played at, that's where you gonna lay at. I'm not sitting around and waiting until we get behind closed doors. So if you try me in front of these folks, you gonna get punked out in front of these folks. I get out where I'm mad at. I'm not getting behind no closed doors and being like, what I look like. Somebody told.
I see him stealing out of Home Depot. Like up security. Sure, you come with me. I seen you. I seen you stealing. Okay. Yeah, you come on with me.
All right,
come
I'll
on
put
to
it
the
back.
back.
I'll put it
Nah,
back.
you going to jail. Why you do that? You gotta go to jail for stealing, man. Why you told you come to Home Depot stealing like that, man?
Hey, man,
I seen you. You ain't paying no attention, man, huh?
Come on, man. I'll put it back, bro.
Yeah. Nah, I just fucking. I don't work for Home Depot. I'm just fucking with you.
There's really people out there who let their phone die. Like it goes all the way down to 1%, 0% and turns off. My phone has not died in years. I keep a charger. I keep a portable charger. I keep a cord on me. People I be around, man, their phone. Oh yeah, my phone died. What? What? There's really people out there who let their.
Hey, in Chicago, we don't say we mad. We don't.
Whenever you guys are ready, you don't need a countdown. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going, Diane. Yeah. Yes, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, she's so strong.
That's dope.
Bro, your ass weak as hell.
Alexa, call 911.
He said, Alexa, call 911.
Someone's camping back there.
Now, I ain't even gotta see the TV and I could tell flight is going negative on Call of Duty.
How can you tell I'm doing negative? Yo, big ass.
Hey, what's up, y'all? If you're here right now watching me, go ahead and drop a comment for me, guys. Alright, guys, my mic is working, so if you guys are watching right now, go ahead and drop a comment so I can know who you are. Is my mic working, chat? Hello?
People would dare just watch and not say nothing. That is so funny.
¿quién más hizo cambio? ¡Hola, mis amigos! ¡Ha tenido mucho!
Yes, I got my glasses on because I noticed that our fingers have fingertips, but our toes don't have toe tips. But yet we can tiptoe, but we can't tip finger. This really pisses me off. Yes.
Y'all, this is the craziest thing I've heard all week. So a freaking pirate ship just crashed into Brooklyn Bridge. Yes, y'all, Brooklyn Bridge. Isn't that a song? No, that's London Bridge. But nonetheless, what just took place in Kentucky, London, Kentucky as well, now we know the real reason why the National Guard was setting up in Kentucky, because what just took place. Now, as you can see here, this ship is literally running into the bridge, and I don't know if it's the rise of sea level that caused this, because we already know climate change that's happening all over the world. But nonetheless, y'all, there were men on top of this mast, y'all. Check this out. So like I said, I don't know whose idea it was to drive the ship into the bridge, because now you can see the sailors hanging on to the mast for dear life, or what's left of it, y'all. But why isn't nobody doing anything? Nobody's yelling, nobody's saying anything. Like, everybody's just looking on. Like, what is this about, y'all?
Holy crap.
So now, yeah, I mean, so I don't know what this pirate ship is doing in Brooklyn, but it looks like they were accompanied by the Navy. Here's the ship over here, y'all, cruising to the side of it. So obviously they knew what was, you know, what's going to happen. What is a pirate ship doing in Brooklyn Bridge anyway, y'all? But things are getting weird, just like we told y'all, man. So much happening around the planet, just more distraction. But just like we told y'all, man, the shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Peace.
I might lean, I might fall, I might save, I might spend, I might ball. Shit, I might call, I might not, I might ghost till tomorrow. First to admit I feel good but I'm flawed. Work on yourself, keep your family involved. Check on your health, never stress about the loss. If you move with respect, you'll attract what you want, that's a fact.